By the time I'm done with this, you're going to be wondering how a YouTube channel with less than 50 subscribers got a company to sponsor a video. Well, no one did. These are just plain and simple the best grips I've ever owned. And this isn't really a review so much as it is an extended love letter. These are fantastic. The Virctory Grip Tactical Freedoms are the destination I reached after starting a search for the perfect pull-up grip after completing my first Murph in, I think, 2015. I came away from that Murph with tears in my hands and general feelings of inadequacy. And after 5 years, the tears are gone. This is actually the second review I wrote for these. The first one I wrote after I did a couple hundred pull-ups in these, and I liked them pretty good. Now I'm roughly 2,000 pull-ups into these grips, and I really need to explain just how great they are. First, the grip. It's really hard to overstate how ridiculously grippy these things are. Without any chalk, you grab the bar and you just stick to it. Shortly after I got these grips, I posted on Instagram about my experience with them, and the Virctory Instagram actually reached out and suggested I chalk my hands and the front of the grips, and they work great like that too. In fact, they work great when I'm sweaty or cold or lonely. They always perform. Several of the other grips I own need constant re-chalking, or I might need to wipe my bar off. It's a pretty smooth powder coat on the pull-up bar, but not these. They always just perform. They always grab the bar. They just do what you want them to do all the time. The second thing that makes these so great is how thin they got them. They're 1.3 millimeters thick. And my main issue with almost every other grip I own, except maybe Waddy's, is how thick they are. With my other grips, it can be hard to feel like I've actually got a hold of the bar. This can lead to the need to re-grip, or, smaller sets, or just breaking the rhythm, which drives me nuts. Not with these beautiful things. I've never had to stop to re-grip. I just love them so much. Lastly, the general shape and comfort of these grips is fantastic. They have the false grip protection here. They've got a little spot here to help protect the thumb, and it's honestly not something I ever considered when buying a grip to have that type of protection there. But now when I switch back to my other grips, I notice the pinch points immediately. I can't really speak to the comfort of some of the other materials and the other designs they have. I honestly was a little concerned with this pass-through design. I thought maybe it would pinch, or I'd get like a pull in the wrist or something, but they're perfect. I mean, the comfort is just great. I have never had anything about these grips get in the way of a set of pull-ups. It basically is, I'm done when I'm done as many as I'm gonna do. The grips have never been a factor, which is the highest praise I can give a piece of equipment. If it doesn't get in your way and it does nothing but aid you, it's a great piece of equipment. So what's the downside? Honestly, the only thing that concerned me when I first got these was this Kevlar interior. It's really nice for the durability, but it felt a little bit abrasive, which I think is why they suggested I chalk the inside. But let me put that in context for you. So this past Memorial Day, I ended up doing a double Murph for reasons. But I was doing my pull-ups in sets of 10 to 12, so we're talking 200 pull-ups. When I finished that, my hands weren't even red. I had no blisters, no tears. I don't even think the top layer of skin came off my calluses. That is insane. These things are the best protection I've ever had out of a grip, period. So a lot of other grips I have offer really solid protection too, but with this design, the thing that I wasn't expecting is, like with my Bear Complex grips, when I get high reps, I'm often finding that it's going to protect my hand, but I'll end up getting a pinch point here or a pinch point here and end up getting blisters somewhere else. So I'm not going to get a tear, but it is going to mess up another part of my hand. I did, I think, roughly 500 pull-ups this past week with these, and my hands are perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with them. That's crazy. Like, it's just nuts how good these things are. I think the last time I had any blistering on my hands at all is I was doing high rep power cleans, but I was using an Ohio power bar, and that's on me. Like, that bar doubles as a cheese grater, so, that's my fault. So typically at this point in the video, I'd come up with some alternative use for your fitness item when you stop caring about being fit. And I mean, you could toss these in the kitchen and use them to open pickle jars. You could stuff them under your pillow and hope to get a visit from the Gaines Fairy, but I don't feel the need to justify this at all. It's the best $55 I've ever spent on a piece of equipment. I just don't get blisters or tears. My hands are always fine. If you've been on the fence about a pair of Virctory grips or don't own a pair of grips at all yet, buy these. I'm in love with them. I mean, I love them. I'll link to their site below. At the time I upload this video, I think they're still out of the men's tactical freedom, but they've got lots of other styles and options to choose from if you like the kind with the finger holes in them. I'm not a huge fan of those. Love these things though. But I think that this company has earned my money and your money with a product this good. I don't put stuff in my gym. I don't usually hang flags, and I don't usually buy gear from a lot of companies other than the actual product. But you may see me walking around in a Virctory hat and a t-shirt, and if there's a flag, it's gonna be on my wall in this gym eventually. So give them some love. They're awesome. Buy a pair of these.